Jackie, the difference between somebody who's running a business versus somebody who's just trying to figure shit out, right?
Yeah.
Is in the people that you hire to help you scale and grow. Because I don't know about you, but I didn't get into real estate to edit video.
No, I
Post
didn't.
it up on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok.
Let me tell you, Tristan, we got in the business to go out there and be in front of our buyers and sellers. That's our job, right?
By the way, as you're recording this, I'm in the middle here. My team just sent me an edited version of a short that I did. So
Cool.
I've been I don't know if you can see it.
Yeah, I can see it.
So I'm using the background as the screen for a lot of these shorts that we're doing. And you know, this was more of an impromptu, but I wanted to show people right now the potential of what's happening. And Jake, I'm watching you do some great videos, by the way. And
I'm starting.
You know why Jake, you know why they're good? Because it stops me and I have no idea they're yours and I'm watching them. And then when I realize they're yours, I'm like, oh shit, Jake's doing a good job.
You got to follow the trends.
So
I'm beginning to follow Tristan's trends. Okay, I'm a beginner.
Look, here we go. Let me just show you the potential just over the last 5 days, because we pay attention to trends. Okay, this is my TikTok. These are the last 5 days. I post a shit ton, so pay attention. 3,200, not bad. 66,000, that's not bad.
Not bad.
Right? 1,200, 23,000, not bad. 1.3 million, yeah, that was last week. Yeah, this is because we're following trends and we're having our team edit. Now, do they all hit? No, 134. That was probably not the best topic. But then when we're talking about the IRS and taxes, yes, right? When we're talking about a little bit of COVID on this side, Tesla, and then over on this side, I'm about to do one that I was just showing to Jonky where with ChatGPT. So look, pay attention to the trends, make sure that you have the right editing team because you can turn these around so quick. And this is just TikTok. We're also posting the exact same things on Instagram and YouTube and Facebook Reels. And so the idea is just to have it so that you have a system that once it's done, it auto posts, or you're posting it, or somebody on your team is doing it. Yeah. All right, Jonky, that was impromptu, but where do you want to start here?
I want to introduce you for the Ascent Virtual Assistant Company, right? I really want to, I want to talk a little bit about that. We actually, maybe you could talk about it.
Perfect. So a little bit ago, Jonky and I have always been trying to see how we can work together. And we saw an opportunity in digital editing. And we thought, well, let's bring in virtual assistants that we train to be able to edit videos, create graphic design work, marketing, and just along those lines to be able to help you, and admins too, right? But we're seeing the key thing here, like when I still look up the most visited websites in the world, and let's just do this together.
Yeah.
When I look up, I'm going to go back here on my TikTok channel so I can go to Google. When I look up most visited websites in the world, Wiki, let's go to the list, and we've got the top ones right here.
Yep.
We've got Google as number one, stayed pretty even. They've stayed pretty even. This is as of December 2022. Google, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Out of the top 5, 4 are social media.
Yep.
And how does social media turn right now? Well, video. And so you have to think, what are you doing right now? What are you doing, or what aren't you doing to meet your client where they're at, right? And some of you are not doing anything. So, Jonky, what do you think?
Honestly, Tristan, like I said, for years, we've been discussing how we can launch this because you saw the need of help to leverage social media, right? And we were constantly thinking, how can we do that? And finally, we came up with virtual assistants who can do that. But here's the beauty. They're not just trained by anywho. They're trained by your team, right? So people that do, all your VAs that actually do your TikToks or, they edit and do all of that for you, that is the same team, you guys, that is actually training these virtual assistants to be their best. And we've got some good reviews out of it. We have Katie that has been with us for about, I think, 3 months already. And she loves her digital editor, Tristan, and she's been recommending him to a couple of people, a couple of realtors, and they've been talking to us too. And, we heard so many realtors say that, okay, I don't need people for 4 hours, 6 hours. I'm not into doing so many videos. Then my question to them would be, well, what are you into in the social world? Because we know 2023 is all about social, right, Tristan?
Yeah, look, it's going to continue to grow, especially with now artificial intelligence being free to be able to create content for us to expand on. Like a lot of us think like, yeah, ChatGPT is great. It can help me create a really nice marketing remark for people. But if you understand deeply what you can do with it, and let me just show you really quick the potential. If we have the VA team behind it, right? Virtual assistant team to edit, create the content, all that great stuff. I'm gonna just do this live, okay?
Go for it.
First of all, since I have this open, if you don't have this, grab it. Let me send it to you. This is the social media calendar that we create and then give out. So it prompts you. What are we today? The 16th?
I know, right?
What do you like? What do you like doing with your family when you're bored? Ask your audience the same question. Like, what do you do for fun? What do you do when you're not doing anything? What are your go-to things? Right. And that's if you're stuck. Now I'm going to just drop this into the chat really quick and then go back to sharing my screen just to show you.
And that's exactly what our digital editors do for you, right? This is exactly what our social media managers do for you. Our graphic designers, they don't do anything. First, when they come on, when they're new, 2 things they do, Tristan: branding guide, getting to know you better, right? Getting to know you and your brand and your style, and they will edit that if needed, and they create the content calendar monthly. Those are the 2 things as soon as they come on board. Now, we also offer something called hands-on training, right, Tristan, where we are working while they're also being trained on your system. So guess who's looking at your systems? Not only your virtual assistant, Tristan's team is also looking at all those different platforms, you guys. So, I mean, I've known Tristan for so many years and social media is the way to go, but I can share some responsibilities later for them too. So as you were saying.
No, it's good. That's all important. So people understand that there's a process to this.
There is.
Now we want to think a little bit deeper as far as creating the content so that a team can edit and create the graphics from it. And sometimes I think that's where we get stuck. And that's why we created this calendar. Right now, there are 2 pieces to this. If today we're on the 16th, it says, what do you like doing with your family when you're bored? Ask your audience the same question. Let's say you're like, okay, that's not bad. I'm going to go to ChatGPT and I'm going to say, tell me, write 5 things that I can do when I'm bored. Let's see what happens. I don't know if it'll answer that. Oh, I have to load it. There's a lot. The server is down sometimes because there's so many people. What are some things I can do when I'm bored? I've never asked it this question. Let's see what it's going to tell me.
Wow.
So it's going to be thinking up some things and it's prompts, right? These are prompts. And now it'll be like, well, can I use any of these? Possibly, right? So I can already tell you, like, yes, for me, the very top one, I right, watch a movie. A lot of people do that, listen to music, play video games, exercise. If I want to just do a quick little video on this, now I go back to the prompt, right? Number 16, what do you like to board? I'm gonna be like, okay, you know what I actually like to do? I like to play video games with my kids, right? And my wife too. So I'm going to go to this and I'm going to do a 60-second video on this. Now I turn the camera on my iPhone, prop it up, and I'm going to be like, So sometimes we have a little bit of time here and there between work, and I'm like, well, what can I do with my family? I like to play video games. I like to play Fortnite, right? And then I go on how I play with the kids, 60 seconds, send it over to the team. They edit, and the cool thing is they put B-roll behind it. That means they put extra scenes of Fortnite and family. And you're like, well, how does this look like? Well, I'll give you an example because we help a lot of different people and companies in editing their stuff. Our team also helps out. You may know Jeff Fitzer, right?
Yep.
So I'm just going to show you Jeff's Instagram right now, so you can see part of his edits, like this one.
Yep.
Keeping a consistent social media posting strategy is a lot easier when you can schedule posts. Instagram has been working on making this a possibility native within the app.
So he just sits in front of the camera and talks, and they put in the extra graphics, they put in roll, they put all of that. Now, what he does differently is he also mixes it in with some of his own stuff. Like that's his own stuff right there, right? But then over here, it's like, that's us again.
Right.
And us again. So that's us again. And in between, the key is you show up in between, right? Yep. And if you look at a lot of our long form content on YouTube, if I would go to YouTube and they create graphics on top, it was a play on the American flag. That's why I had that up there. And if I go to my main channel, that's one of our off channels, they also do all the graphic work on all of these, and they do a lot of the editing work for the videos in between as well. Right. So they just need instruction, and I just tell them exactly what to do, right? And a lot of us are like, well, how do I need somebody for 20 to 40 hours? Trust me, the deeper you go into this, the deeper it is, because now, let's say, Jonky, here's where people get lost. They're like, well, I work in, give me a city. Where do you work?
Fremont.
Fremont. Okay. Let's just play a fun game here. Fremont. I'm going to share my screen with you.
Cool.
All right. And I'm going to go to AI again. Fremont. All right. Do you have a newsletter that goes out to your clients?
Yes.
And what do you typically talk about in the newsletter?
We talk about what's happening right now in the market. So something like, why get a pre-approval now, even though we don't have multiple offers? Why is a pre-approval important before showing a home? Example.
Okay. All right. Why is a pre-approval important when buying a home?
Yeah.
I just typed that in. ChatGPT is going to grab some information from the internet, and it's going to piece it together and create some original content that we need to go in and change it up. Okay. Right. So now it's writing all this beautiful stuff up for me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read it and then add my flavor to it. And I'm going to add the area that I work in. So in this case, it's going to be, you said Fremont?
Fremont.
I'm going to add Fremont in there, and I'm going to add the year, right? Because this year, especially the last few months, is different than the first few months of 2022. Yep. Yep. So now that I have this right here, I'm going to grab this and I'm going to put it onto a Google Doc, right? And if I'm like, you know what, this isn't enough. Give me 5 reasons I should get pre-approved before buying a home. I want 5 reasons.
Right.
So, because now I want to get a little bit more specific. And if I have 5 reasons, I can go and use each one of those as a short video on TikTok that my team can edit. So now it's giving me 5 reasons. Number 1, helps you understand your budget. That's a good one, actually, right? Yep. Number 2, makes your offer more attractive. That's very true. I mean, I don't know that we can submit an offer without getting pre-approved.
Exactly.
Right?
And you can stay on bullet point with all this in your videos.
Exactly. So number 3, help you negotiate better price. Great, great, great. All that's amazing. Okay. Right. So now I'm going to go ahead and do something a little different, because I can use some of this content that this AI is writing for me as SEO, because this is where part of our editing team, part of our marketing team, part of our admin team is going in and going to Google. And now we type in right here. What do we type in? Why should I get I think it was already there, pre-approved before I buy a home. Let's just type that, before I buy a home. Let's see what it gives me. 4 ads, 1, 2, 3, 4, skip the ads. Here's what I'm looking for. Here's what my team is looking for, because they
Right.
also create part of the content. I'm looking for this because these are the questions people commonly search for on Google. Google's telling me, Tristan, you suck. We don't. Use these titles because this is what people are searching. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, let me just copy one of the top titles and I'm just going to dump it in here and ask ChatGPT to give me the top title because I want to get better SEO. And I'm going to use this. And now I'm going to pepper in the city and the year that it's in, or even the quarter, or even the month. And now it's going to get more specific. And when I go back to this exact search term, and I've already written something and have done a 5 to 6 minute video that's edited, and I've uploaded it to YouTube, and I've uploaded it to my website, and I type in this exact same thing, the video is going to pop up on page 1 of Google on the first day you do this.
Exactly.
The blog will take a little bit longer. In some cases, it may not. In some cases, it will. But the video will be on page 1. Look at your competition, everyone. You've got Consumer Advocate, Lending Tree already has that term. That means the term is pretty big. Fund.com and Best Money. You're never going to beat these until you pay pay-per-click on Google. But the natural ones, My Lenderly, Moving.com, Windermere.
Windermere, wow.
Keeping Current Matters is up there for that.
Yeah.
Right? Cherry Creek Mortgage, which I know, Open Door, Forbes. Now you're competing against these, but if you put in a video with this exact same search term right here, why is it important to get pre-approved for a home loan? And then in the actual content of it, you change it up and you say Fremont
Exactly.
2023. Now all of a sudden you're winning because you're in the niche.
Exactly.
And if you don't have a team to edit this, you're going to always be behind.
Yeah. And I think that's exactly, and I know that's exactly what you can put the raw video in a Dropbox, right? And that's where our digital editors pick it up from. They do all the intros, they do the outros, they do all of that. And guess what? Bam, they send it right back to you and you post it.
This is how I do it. This is how I do it. I take a video, right? I'm like, hey, blah, 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 crap, blah, 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 blah. End it, 60 seconds. Most of the time it's like 1.5 minutes and I want them to edit it for shorter. And then I upload it to a Dropbox file in here and I send them the Dropbox link. And then I get back something edited. And the first few times that when I first started doing this, I was like, oh, can you tweak it like this? Oh, you know what? Can you look at this video that I like and make it more like this? They need examples. And then you give them a few tries. Then they come back and they're like, now it looks exactly like
they have to get to know your style, right? They have to get to know what you're looking for. And once that is done, it's so easy for them to just move the videos faster and churn them out as fast as you can churn them out, right?
Yeah.
So I want to share my screen real quickly, if that's okay. And I want to share with you guys really quickly what Ascent Virtual Assistant company does. It is a VA company. But I want to share with you guys, like Tristan just said, the value of social media in advertising, right, Tristan? I mean, it is so important to jump in with having a marketing plan, having a team and always on mentality. I mean, look at what Tristan just did. Very quickly shot the video, send it in Dropbox. Now the team takes over, right? You might even want to give them due dates, right? Sometimes that works great to keep them accountable. And that's what you can do. And that's something that our digital editors, social media managers, graphic designers, they're all used to that, giving them due dates, right? So they stay on point. And then creating a brand awareness. We hold them so highly accountable to make sure they're all on different social media platforms, which obviously you can connect with qualified leads there too, right? Tristan, I'm sure there's so many times you've mentioned this, that going on TikTok has got you leads. I know Jeff says that a lot. Also, because you do get leads out of it.
You get a ton of leads, but you have to be purposeful on it, right? You have to have your team create a nice little PDF that says, now these are the things that you need to do when you sell your home first
Right.
quarter of 2023, do me a favor, DM me and I'll send it over to you.
Exactly. There you go. So again, that creates that awareness, that brand awareness in front of your leads, your potential leads that are coming in. Obviously, like I said, perception, awareness, and value, that's your brand. I mean, you got to make sure that you have a branding guide with all different types of your pictures, your mission statement, your vision statement at times on it. So people get to know who you are. And even if you're posting on a Facebook group, you created your own group, like a farm group. Like I have a Facebook page, I think it is, and it's right in the Irvington area of Fremont. And all the neighbors are in that group or that page. Now we can, we've branded ourselves there. We get business out of there too at times, like because I'm giving them knowledge. I'm telling them what's happening with the market. I'm telling them why it's important to get a pre-approval before they look, or is it a good time to buy a second home, right? But again, we're doing that all across the board for realtors. And who do they get trained with? Just mentioned that, we got all these VAs are getting trained by Tristan's team, basically. And this is what they look for, really, like engaging with customers, making sure that we improve the quality of the social media platforms. And that is so important. We also monitor them to make sure that they are right on task with churning out the kind of product that you're looking for, right? So if you're looking for a video, it's a long form video. And this is something I'm still learning from Tristan and everyone, is when you have a long form video, how to shorten it, how to make it a short form video, what kind of outros, intros to add on to that, right? Blurbs. All of the graphic side of it is done by these VAs, right?
Yeah, and look, you can also let me stop sharing really quick. There's also, let me connect my phone so I can show you, because the challenge is I think we overthink it, because we overthink shooting video, and we overthink the simplicity of somebody just editing it as well. So you can do this. You can do this at home. Let me grab it. First, let me grab this. And I saw, who I saw do it today? It was Gary V. He did one that was super simple. Here it is. Look, he did this on Instagram or TikTok, and he simply chose the green screen option. It's right here. Right. And I'll play it so you can see it. It's by Bloomberg Business. And he did two things, and I want you to pay attention to it. And I am going to
Bob Iger comes back to Disney at the top. And what does he do? He eliminates a ridiculous policy of charging people $8.
So there's two things he did. One, he shot this on you have the app here. You could do it on Instagram or TikTok or CapCut. Choose a green screen. He took a picture of this Bloomberg post, and he just shot behind it in front, and he just talked. Now he sent it over to his team, and his team did this. Look how they zoom in and out of his face, just to keep the dynamic of jump cuts, kind of feel of jump cuts, so that people can stay engaged.
The photo on the
See that?
sides, when you're going down the thing, you're like,
jumped in,
goes
back out.
Yep.
That was his team doing it, right?
Yep.
So just those little nuances are important too, to keep people engaged, because the average person looking in, when we're watching shows, and I'll come back to this, but when we're watching shows on Netflix, on Hulu, HBO, you've never seen a movie or a show that continually has the same shot. It's moving in close up. It's watching what they're eating. It's looking at the door, looking at the other person talking, and it's jumping every 3 to 7 seconds, right? So make sure that
too many of you are not focused.
Here, let me go back. Let me go back so I can show you. Because it's important to understand this as well, right?
Too many of you are not focused on the customer. Bob Iger comes back to Disney at the top. And what does he do? He eliminates
Easy. Now, if we go through, what he also does is after he posts, he engages. And you were talking about engagement, Donkey. And he goes in and engages probably for the first few minutes. You don't see it in the replies, but if you click and expand on the replies, he does this for the beginning. And then at the end, he stops. But you can go through all of them. Now you have this simple type of video.
Right.
And then you have when he does a webinar, when you do a webinar or you show up on anything, he has those as well. When the team goes in.
Call on speakerphone every single person who's no longer subscribed and once was for 3 months.
Completely different.
Exactly.
And so you want to start doing that a lot more. Look, he did this again over here. See, easy. He took a Wall Street Journal article, post. He took a post and he's just talking about it. So you could do the exact same thing. The key is you have to have a system in place.
Right.
And if you don't have the editing skills to be able to do this, right, which I always suggest that you should at least try it, right? And if you're looking to see what apps to try, go to CapCut. CapCut is the easiest one. CapCut's probably the best one, especially if you edit there, you can share it directly into TikTok. And the other one that we use is Viva Video. And Viva Video is pretty good as well. This is if you're going to do it on your own.
Right. And these are the things that the team uses, over here when we're helping other realtors. Look, we didn't just come out of the blue with a virtual assistant company. This was on high demand, like, hey, we need help. There are realtors that told you that too, right? Tristan, that, hey, who do you know that can edit videos for me? I have no time. I'm out there showing, selling real estate. I just take videos, but I don't have time to make it as pretty as yours or as informative as yours. Who do you know that can do this for us?
Yeah. Well, you don't need to make it super pretty, right? You just need to kind of follow the
make it natural.
But here's the thing, Jackie, the difference between somebody who's running a business versus somebody who's just trying to figure shit out, right?
Yeah.
Is in the people that you hire to help you scale and grow. Because I don't know about you, but I didn't get into real estate to edit video.
No, I didn't.
Post it up on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, TikTok.
Let me tell you, Tristan, we got in the business to go out there and be in front of our buyers and sellers. That's our job, right?
Yeah.
Bottom line, building relationships.
My job is to build relationships. And if I can sit in front of a video camera and shoot it and then send it out to a team to edit, right? And then build relationships that way through the one through many, right? Even though each one is watching it one-on-one.
Right.
I think you win at that point. I just wanted to explain to you that there are simple processes you can put in place. Depending on where your business is at, you could probably do this on your own on edit, just edit one at a time. The goal is to put one video out a day. And when you ask, well, where should I be posting it up to? It's wherever you gravitate to in the morning. Right?
That's one thing you've been very consistent in saying throughout your trainings, Tristan, is that don't try to reinvent yourself. Try to gravitate and post where you're most popular. For me, it's Facebook, and that's where I do a lot of it. And that's where I get a lot of comments, a lot of questions. And that's where we, wherever you can actually communicate with your viewers. Am I correct on that?
Yeah. Where do you show up to as well?
Right. Right.
And there's a two-part process in this. A lot of people also say, well, look, I'm not that great at social. Every time I post, not a lot of people engage. And I think that's because you don't engage with them, right? Like I said before, it's a contact sport.
Right.
You need to make an effort to go out there and like and comment and message people. You just can't be like, I'm posting something and it's going to catch fire. Look, the rarity of that is, it's probably not going to happen.
Yeah.
But every once in a while, if you're the one who's also engaging with your friends and the feed that you have, then yeah, you're going to see that happen more often, right? That's the thing. And because I do it a lot, I'm just going to show you my Facebook. I showed you my TikTok. I showed you Instagram. Let me just show you my Facebook so I can, where's my Facebook? Oh, I'm on my Facebook. That's why.
Wait, I was just about to say that. I'm like, dude.
What's going on here? Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
All right, this is my main Facebook. And so I just posted this up, Mr. Beast.
Right.
So the
He's
thing
so
I do
awesome.
is Mr. Beast is awesome.
Yeah.
We do okay, 57 likes. This one got 189 likes. Some don't get as much. I think I did one when I was in a meeting where I was a cat that didn't do too well. This interview didn't do as well as I thought there, but we average about 100 or so likes. Look, even the videos go up here, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So the thing is, the key to me getting likes and comments is me actually taking an effort and going through my feed and making people feel like they're heard.
And being consistent, right, Tristan?
Yeah.
Really be consistent and focus on what message do you want to put out there. And I think that goes a long way, whichever platform it is. And if you are a realtor that consistently wants to just focus on videos this year, and wants to do the edits, more power to you, gosh, but if you feel like, no, this is getting too much, that's where we step in. Simple as that, to help you figure it out.
Look, this has been what I'm doing right now. This is now an extension of prospecting. It's no longer that social media it is no longer a way to get business. Like people were always like, oh, is Facebook going to last? Or is it a way to really connect with your clients? It is. It's just as powerful, if not more powerful than, depending on you and your skills, door knocking, open houses, cold calling, all of that, because all of those required you to learn certain skills. I didn't just show up to an open house and be like, oh, I know what to do. Oh, I know how to close this person, right? No, it took time. And in the same way, what I'm showing you right here to go and do on Facebook, if I'm going through and Marissa DeMari, I don't know her that well, but let's see what she says, right? Believe that laughing is the best calorie. Believe in kissing is a lot. Oh, this is cute. I like this. And it's by Audrey Hepburn. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to like it. I'm going to comment. I love this. Thanks for sharing. And then if I want to take it up a level, which I typically do, is I go and message her. And I'm going to message her and I say, hey, that last post was really good. It really hit home. And I do that for 20 minutes a day. And guess what? Now at this point, I'm playing a different game that everybody else is playing. While everybody else is saying social media doesn't work, I'm showing you that it does work, because I'm here to build relationships in everything that I do. I want to make people feel like they're being heard.
Exactly. And a lot of people, when you do things consistently, remember, it grows. Eventually, it ends up growing. Like if you do lead generation every single day, what happens? So this is part of lead generation. Wouldn't you agree? Even doing videos,
For me, it is.
And this year I implemented it too. And I'm like, okay, let's get out of our shell and let's do this. And I've started doing videos, and, my digital editor is, doing all of what he does and posting it out there. So it does take time. But then when you get there at that level, it really does work out. Like you're at that level right now, and Social Con is coming up soon too, right? And that's going to be good.
I'll leave you with this so people understand that they need to do this.
Yeah.
This is an article that came out in November, 3 months ago. TikTok is catching up to Netflix as Gen Z's favorite. Hold on, let me move this. Favorite entertainment source. I'm not telling you because I'm telling you to go on TikTok. I'm telling you for the mere fact of how people process video. TikTok is now the second most popular source of entertainment for Gen Z, close behind Netflix. Gen Z are using other social platforms less as TikTok takes over the content intake. Gaming is a driver for some of their top entertainment sources, especially YouTube. If you read this article, which I'll put it into the chat, you can see how video is becoming just more and more important, because the top most visited website in the world is Google, but that just takes me to places.
Exactly.
Right? Number two is YouTube, and YouTube is all video. This is how I go in and I learn about what I want to learn. If I want to learn more about your specific area and what it's like to live there and the things to do and why I should be buying there, and that cool hiking trail that nobody told me about that leads me to the other place that was really cool, and that cool coffee shop down the street that I love coffee at, that's what you need to be telling people about in all forms of video. But the thing is, like, it gets complicated. Like, can I do this for the rest of the year, Jonky, where I'm going to sit in front of a camera and edit it? I can probably do it for a week. But then I quickly realized before COVID that, hey, although I did learn how to use, what was it, Final Cut Pro for the Mac, like, it was not easy and it was not fun. And the worst part is editing for me. And I learned how to do it, and I edited my videos. And I was like, there's got to be an easier way.
Yeah.
So I hired my first VA. I screwed it up a few times. My first video editor. I screwed it up a few times. then I got it right. Then the best thing was like, hey, you know what? Instead of me trying to teach you how to do it, you already know how to do this. You've been doing this for a living. That's why I hired you. I just want you to do it like this. And I
Yeah.
sent them a few examples, and
Yeah.
then they got it down. And I was like, oh shit, they got this down. Right. And then I was like, oh, well, that means I can shoot a shit ton of video all day. Right. In between appointments, when I get home, I got some ideas. Right. And I just hit the trends. And
That's
that's
exactly what I do. Yeah. And I'm learning from you. That's exactly what I do. And now I just put it on Dropbox and done. I'm done. My part is done. Rest is up to them.
yeah. Look, any questions you have, just reach out to us. Like, obviously, LabCoatAgents is free, so ask any questions you want. We're here to help you out. But if you do want to take it up a level and you can financially, try out Ascent. That's why we built it, to help you edit your videos, to help you create graphics and design work. In fact, one of the things that my team did for me early on, and I'm going to dump this in here so you can see. This is the newest version of what they built for me, which I thought was kind of cool.
And this is what we're copying too.
Yeah, they built this out for me. It's a brand guide, and I didn't have a brand guide before. I didn't have a team here, right?
Yeah.
And if you look at that, that's exactly what you should shoot to have. Like, shoot to have a brand guide. Like, what is it? What do you look like across everything? This is for a brilliant tribe, right? We've got 9 things here, right? So this is not. There we go. The colors, the font, what this looks like at different levels. The quotes all through Instagram, you can see that this is what it's going to look like, what they're going to post, what this looks like as far as where the captioning shows up, different options. Just take a look at it. I put it on there so that you can try to copy it if you want to, or know that we can help you out with this as well. So anything else?
Nope, that's about it. We do, like Tristan said, do come by or text us, call us. Our Calendly link is right there. We'll just connect with you and give you some tips and tricks.
What's the Calendly link?
Calendly link should be in there. Do you see it? Do you not see it?
No, hold on. I
Okay.
got that, the Carta one, but I don't have it.
Okay, so let me just get there. It is. There's a Calendly link right there.
There you go. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it. Junkie, what are you doing the rest of the day?
I am going to show some properties in Livermore, so I'm totally excited about that. And then I have 2 listing appointments to run off to.
I'm shooting a video.
Yes, I will video it. I'll talk to you later. Bye. Bye.